Muted? I don't even know what that means. I'm not muted. I'm just letting you enjoy the music. Alright. Once again, I apologize to everybody on Stream.me who isn't going to be able to watch this on Stream.me because fucking Restream.io is shitting itself right now. Let me take this off in fucking shame. Oh, gee. One day I'll have it work. Alright, I do have my handy dandy notebook. That's always good. Let me just tell you what internet Juche is. I should just tell you what Juche is. Figured it out by now. Juche is a uniquely North Korean idea of thought, of self-reliance. That's how it translates directly. Self-reliance. And Juche, everybody's making fun of my fucking my speech impediment already. Oh god. But Juche is self-reliance. The idea that the DPRK should not depend on anybody. And for a while, I declared that the Kiwi farms operated on the principle of internet Juche, because we could not rely on anybody. And everything I did had to be self-reliant. Now, I can tell you that worked out about as well as it did in the actual DPRK. DPRK is a country with no communication, no outside communication, no freedom. No prospects. It's dirt fucking poor. Everybody's starving to death. A real fucking good idea, Josh, of 2013, 2014, with your fucking internet Juche. Didn't fucking work, did it, asshole? Okay. I'm cutting in and out. Sorry. Stream status is good on YouTube. Hopefully the bitrate's going to even out. I don't know what to expect. But if you have any more tech issues, let me know. And I know Stream.me isn't online. I already said that I had a tech issue with that. They're just warming up right now. And I'm going to eat shit for this stream because I'm going to show a little bit of... I have to. I want to tell people why I got into streaming. It is fun. It's a lot of fun, but there's more to it, and I promise you, it's not just super berries, it's not just super chats. The Kiwi Farms is chronically unprofitable and terminally lacking in social awareness. Not in the social awareness that you get by not being autistic. It lacks in the social awareness that you get from being prominent. Even though we're a big fucking website, right? Pretty fucking big. We're like top 14,000 the entire world. I mean, it's a pretty large site, but it makes no money. It makes negative 1,000 money. No, it's not a begging stream. If you're gonna call it a begging stream, I'm not gonna convince you of it. I want to tell you how we got to this point. I'm gonna go over the entire history of the site and what the prospects are for the forum going forward. It's not supposed to be a secret club. I see people talking about secret club. The noise gate is too high. Let me get really... Oh, you know what? I might be too far away from my mic. If it is... I don't think it's the noise gate. You should be able to hear me just fine now. No, the forum isn't an imminent danger. If it was an imminent danger, I would just say so. I would just say that it's in trouble. But it's not in trouble right now. It's pretty stable for the time being. So, people have suggested at various times, run ads. Well, we did run ads. We ran ads with Google Ads, and that didn't work off. They kicked us off eventually. And the ads that Encyclopedia Dramatica runs are intrusive. They have viruses. They have pornography, and it deteriorates the experience to a point where nobody wants to use the site if you run those kind of ads. People suggest make a Patreon, and I don't think I can make a Patreon without it going down. And to prove the point, if you do want a fucking Patreon, because people keep asking for me to make one, Here's my shekel collector URL. Fucking go for it. Jim gets a fucking Patreon. Ralph gets a fucking Patreon. I guarantee you this link will be fucking dead. And in less than a month, make a Patreon. We got kicked off of Patreon, and I'll explain why. I'll explain why we got kicked off of Patreon over time. I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you reminded me. Patreon's actually down, but while it was up, we got kicked off of Patreon. No, I'm not asking for shekels. Just if you're not interested in the technical upkeep of the forum and what it's entailed, you don't have to tune in. You don't have to listen. People have suggested a donation form. We had a donation form. Somebody stole credit cards, bought them off Tor, somehow got them illicitly, and donated $14,000 in one day. And when I refunded these transactions, because I recognized them as fraudulent, we got kicked off of the payment processor for being a high-risk merchant, which is what they call anybody who has a high risk of fraudulent donations. People suggesting a Kiwi Farms ICO. Kiwi Farms and ICO will get you fucked by the FEC. You can't do that. Or is it the SEC? It's one of these government organizations. If you make an ICO, you can't be in the United States. You just can't. You'll get fucked by the government. People like to say, well, why don't you just do what 8chan does? Why don't you just do what Encyclopedia Dramatica does? Encyclopedia Dramatica is not a big website anymore. It doesn't have high upkeep. In fact, I host parts of Encyclopedia Dramatica on 1776 hosting, and I'll go into that. Somebody says, why not do what 8chan does? 8chan's supported by Jim Watkins, who makes his money from 2channel, has his own ISP, has his own network ranges. 8chan runs at a loss every month. It runs at a loss just like the Kiwi Farms does. But he has supplementary income from 2channel, so he doesn't have to worry about it. Somebody said, get a Bitcoin wallet. We have a Bitcoin wallet, visible on every page of the Kiwi Farms. Problem is when you have a donation system that is detached, especially if it's manually processed, people don't want to jump through hoops. They don't want to relinquish their money in general. They especially don't want to jump through hoops to give you their money. If you don't have some sort of automatic system, people don't care. And I mean, you can give me a Visa debit card if you want to. It's just that people don't want to because it takes effort. And I'm not blaming them for it. I'm not saying people are nasty people because they don't want to give me their money. I'm just saying that in basic human psychology, that's what's required at this point, without any kind of new framework. And basic human psychology says that deters people from donating. I wouldn't fucking give money to somebody if I had to jump through hoops for the privilege of throwing money at them. I can't blame them either. And as far as getting a job goes, I'll show you. Like, if you really think that I should just get a job, which I would like to get a job, actually, go to Google, type in Joshua Moon Jew fingers, and just imbibe. Just imbibe the culture, the results that come from Joshua Moon Jew fingers. It's pretty fucking funny. Am I going to talk about anything else besides not having enough money? I'm going through the history of the forum, but I want to, in the VOD, in the replay of this, I want to hit all the points because people are going to be thinking, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? Why don't you do this? And there's reasons for it. I've gone over them for a very long time, and this is the situation. The only reason, I'll say this, the only reason why the Kiwi Farms is still able to financially support itself is because single donors have donated thousands of dollars in Bitcoin at various times. So let's go to 2013. I've broken these up based on year. So in 2013, this is what the Kiwi Farms look like. You might notice something. You might notice it's not called the Kiwi Farms. It's called the Quickie Forums. The original site was just based off of the Quickie. It was just about Chris. And to those of you wondering, why are you sympathetic towards Chris? Well, this is kind of why. Chris was the the unmoved mover. He was the genesis of the Kiwi Farms. It came from just talking about him. And I don't know. You can't see the who was online, but at this point, there's only like maybe 50 people tops on 2013 on this site, and it was just about Chris. And he says, when they arrest me for a hate crime in the EU, I at least want to be the same level of sympathy as Chris Chan. Maybe. I'm curious. Are there two Metacurus Murdochian archivers? Because you donated five euros, but I swear to God, I see this guy shit talking me in the comments all the fucking time. I'm very confused. just as an aside. But no, this was the Quickie Forums, and we had it good. We had it fucking good back then. We ran the entire site on a $5 Linode. The Kiwi Farms in total cost about $1,000 a month now. What's this? We had PayPal. We could receive donations from PayPal. I am at this point so thoroughly banned from PayPal. I cannot go to Uber. I cannot book an Uber with any credit card that I've used with PayPal when I had my PayPal account, because they have not only banned me, they have banned any car that they know I own. So I basically can't use Uber anymore because they use PayPal to process the credit card transaction. And the only threat we had back then, the only threat we had in 2013, because I was still working at the time, and I was saving money, which was fucking important. I'm glad I saved so much money. But we only had community issues. We had fucking trannies, people yelling about Chris starting his transition. At that time, he was only just starting to become Christine. So all the issues we had were just community issues. And eventually I cut through them. And we pulled through to 2014. Well, 2014 barely had any more problems than 2013. The only big issue that we had is we were entertaining somebody, a lolcow, quote unquote, who ended up being like an Andy Kaufman-esque prank called Jace Connors. And Jace's troll group was a clique called Gamer Food. And I don't know if you guys know Gamer Food. If you're into like CSGO griefing and hacking, like you'll definitely know who Gamer Food is. And they would fucking like DDoS the site and stuff. So during 2014, I had some problems, but they were, malicious attacks. They're script kiddie shit. And there was something that you could deal with. You would just learn how to go with the punches and how to deal with shit. It was a technological problem. It wasn't money. It wasn't sociological. It wasn't real life shit. It was just Gamer Food DDoSing the site. And the best thing we got at Gamer Food was this song. Oh yeah. I can't play too much of this. Mossad will get me if I play too much of it. It's a good ass fucking song. And of course, I love Israel. I think that song comes from Hamas, and Hamas, I must declare, is a terrorist organization. Fuck Mossad, basically. One of the things we adopted during 2014 was Cloudflare, and Cloudflare is instrumental not only because of it provides analytics for us. This is the Kiwi Farms dashboard from now. We're processing almost 500 million hits a month. If you take in all the alternative domains we have, it's just under 500 million hits or requests per month. And in terms of bandwidth, Cloudflare saves us about 75% of our total bandwidth is saved by Cloudflare. And I know I don't like relying on Cloudflare, but we rely on Cloudflare, and it's not just because of bandwidth. Yes, it saves it a lot of money by having bandwidth cached by Cloudflare. The other big issue is DNS, and it's hard to explain this. DNS propagation. If you change a IP address on a DNS level, it takes between 5 to 24 hours for DNS changes to propagate, and that's big. That's a big fucking deal, because I'll explain. In the future, we have to change our front ends a lot. ED changes its front ends. I change our front ends sometimes, and before we got the hosting service set up, and we relied on Cloudflare to be able to rapidly change our front ends to hide certain parts of our infrastructure, so we didn't even move them 24/7. And Cloudflare made that easy because their internal DNS changes happen instantaneously. If it wasn't for Cloudflare, the site would have huge bouts of downtime as we moved between DNS servers. So Cloudflare is pretty fucking important, and we picked up on that at this time, and we still have it. And this is one of those things that might go away in the future. It went away for the Daily Stormer. It might go away for us as the internet becomes smaller. And that might be another thing we have to rely upon ourselves for, you know? We might have to say, well, we can't use Cloudflare anymore. We have to be like the Daily Stormer. The Daily Stormer is the only site I know of that's had more issues with services dropping them than the Kiwi Farms. I mean, that to me is preposterous. Number one is neo-Nazi website. Number two is Kiwi Farms. And below that is like even fucking terrorist websites don't have these kinds of issues. It's just shit like this, and it baffles me. But really, during 2014, that's where I realized I was having fun. I was having fun hosting my shitty little website, right? Because my real job was payroll. I was a core developer since I was, I want to say 18, 19, building a payroll processing company in Australia. And while the payroll, like when I left, the payroll processing company was processing about $4.5 billion in income, and employee income and contractor income by the time I left. But I couldn't fucking do it anymore. I hated it. Meanwhile, on the Kiwi Farms, on the Quickie forums, we were having all this shit happen to us, and I had to learn how to do stuff. I had to learn how to protect the site, move it behind Cloudflare, move it to different hosts that could handle DDoSes better, protect the site from IP identification attacks. And I was learning shit that I wasn't learning at my job. So eventually in 2015, I came to a meeting. And they basically asked me, because my productivity had been going down, it's like, do you want to work for the company still? And I basically said no. Now, 2015 was the year of Infinity Next. And this is something where and people said, no, there are many hosting companies like these. You just need to know what to look for. The problem is when you have people who want to shut you down, they go to Cloudflare, or they go to, if you're not hosted behind Cloudflare, they go to your IP. They look up who owns your IP. It's a guy. He owns a company. They go after the guy. They say, if you don't take this site down, I'm going to go after you. I'm going to go after your wife. I'm going to go after your mother and your father. I'm going to call them pedophiles. I'm going to ring them up in the middle of the night and ask why they host a child pornography website, why they host a cyberbullying website. And you fucking bet that they take that shit down. They fucking take it down. It doesn't matter how dedicated they are to freedom of speech. When they get that fucking guy on them, you are not worth it. You are not worth that effort. And just I'll explain who this guy is. It's just one. It's not a Jewish conspiracy. For me, it's usually one guy. Now, 8chan, I'm not going to touch on Infinity Next. I know people fucking hate me for it. I'm sorry I couldn't single-handedly save 8chan. But the thing with 8chan is people don't realize how close it was to going down. The reason why 8chan did not go down in 2015 is because specifically of Jim Watkins. I mentioned Jim Watkins owns 2channel, and he pays for 8chan out of pocket. He pays for it out of pocket. It does not make any money. And even he was losing interest. He didn't care. The person who actually gave a shit about 8chan was was Ron, his kid. And Ron was the guy who got Jim to buy 8chan. And Jim didn't personally care about 8chan at all until Hiroyuki bought 4chan. And 4chan continued to spark Jim's interest in the site. But at that point, Infinity Next had started. Jim didn't know anything about me. And the only reason why he cared is because his business rival, Hiroyuki, got into 4chan. Josh talks to himself, so yes, it's probably not the first time he's ranted this off. I have experience. I have experience in talking to myself like a crazy person. So this was the funding page for Infinity Next. And you might realize, let me shrink this just a little bit so you can see this. The bottom. It says down there, I can afford to work for 24 days and 23 hours. That was the start of what I call the rat race. I quit my job because I wasn't having fun doing what I was doing. But then as I got into doing shit I liked to do, which was 8chan and the Kiwi farms, I realized I couldn't. I could not afford to sustain myself on the site because at the time the site was too small. Now it's big enough that I could probably support myself through it, but I can't collect money from it. It's unmonetized. It's unmonetizable. And with this in particular, it's like I constantly had to work on somebody else's shit. Like even right now, I'm doing contracts and stuff for extra money. I'm communicating with guys in Russia who are starting up their own ad network to try and target sites that are currently unmonetizable to maybe get money going through from a cryptocurrency advertiser network. But it's like, again, I'm working on shit that isn't mine, that is for other people, and I can't spend the time I want to on the shit that I want to. Like, I have all sorts of cool ideas for the forum, and I think one thing in particular, I'll just spoil it because I'll never fucking get around to it at this point, is I had this idea that people would probably find horrifying, but that's kind of the fun of it. There are open source facial identification softwares out there. Open source GPU based facial recognition software. And I thought it would be fucking funny if you took that facial recognition stuff and you fed it locale data and you had some sort of database where you put in a photo of somebody and it'll tell you if they have a threat or not. Or you upload you upload a attachment and it just tags the attachment based on the faces it recognizes. And I thought that would be fucking funny. I thought that would be really fucking funny and probably get national attention. People would be like, "Oh my god, these fucking technocrat cyberbullies are using facial recognition technology to fucking stalk people." I just thought that would be the best shit. What's this? Oh, okay. So this is, I mentioned before Patreon and how 8chan was not allowed to have a Patreon. Well, people slightly suggest, Josh, have you tried making a secret Patreon? The answer is, probably doesn't matter. Because when 8chan had their Patreon, they got up to something like $1,500 for helping Frederick run the site, right? That, of course, got fucking showed. They're not going to let 8chan have a Patreon. They're not going to let me have my YouTube account for too long. At least the AdSense account's going away, right? So that's a temporary measure. And when they took this down, Frederick tried to make another Patreon account. But this time it wasn't for 8chan. It was for him. And he was just making cat videos. It was literally just him sitting in his wheelchair with his cats, talking about living in the Philippines. And they axed that as well. So he was guilty by association. They told him not to come back anymore. And the same would happen, really, with any Patreon account I make. It's a nice effort, but Patreon is under Stripe. Stripe is under MasterCard and Visa card. And Stripe itself is a fucking shitty San Francisco tech startup angel investment company. And it's hopeless. There are other payment processors out there. Maybe I can try to do a donation for them again. But in general, it's fucking hopeless. Don't jinx yourself. Oh, I'm just seeing into the future. Okay, 2016. Now this, I mentioned before, somebody causing problems, right? Just create your own internet. Basically, we're getting there with my internet Juche. We're fucking getting there. Now in 2016 begins the Anglo menace. I even have a fancy icon to supplement this display. 2016, this guy, and I'm not going to name drop him. I'm not going to name drop him because he's been quiet recently. He's been very quiet. It's been 2 years quiet. So now the curiosity is why, and I have an idea of why, and I'll get into that. But this is a this is a Google search. If you type in site, which limits it just to that one website, and type in my name, his personal blog has 369 results for my name. Somebody pointed out years ago, over 2 years ago, you seem a tad obsessed with Null. And he replies, only a passing diversion, I'm afraid. I think these problems are likely to be short-lived. Ooh, spooky, right? It's been over 2 years, and it's not been short-lived. I'm going to go through some of his greatest hits, but this is one of my favorite things he's ever written. If you go to locale.email, it's a free email hosting service I run, where you can get a shitty novelty email address, like animalfetishporn.us. If you want to be Josh at animalfetishporn.us, you can go ahead and register that. But he wrote a blog post about it. Let's read it. Your author has been researching the owner of Kiwi Farms, Null, also known as Itchforbot. To remind everyone, this is a pen name of Joshua Connor Moon, the owner of Kiwi Farms, who controls the email address itchforbot@gmail.com. Can you tell this guy is trying to do some SEO magic to try and associate the name Kiwi Farms, Null, Itchforbot, Joshua Connor Moon with animal fetish porn websites? Oh, jeez. I am currently running a number of searches and background checks on the owner of Kiwi Farms and other members. In due course, I will be asking their real-world employers and family members about their online postings. I imagine it will make for a gripping reading. However, a quick gem. While searching Itchforbot, I searched for websites controlled by him. One interesting domain registration is animalfetishporn.us. I link the reverse lookup service and an archive proving registration here. Null, who denies being a pedophile, despite his website being kicked off several hosting companies who say they found child pornography, is the indisputably registered owner. So you might be wondering, what is animalfetishporn.us? I don't have a screen cap of it, but it was basically a link where I found a bug in Mozilla Firefox. I don't know if it's a bug or an oversight. I will one day learn English, but Mozilla Firefox had this thing where if you embedded a link that was behind an old-fashioned like username password thing, like when you log into your router, you usually get this little box that says ask for a username and password. That's old school HTTP. And if you put an image behind that old school HTTP login thing and embed that image in a different website, you'll get a prompt saying website www.whatever.com is asking for your username and password. Well, I registered animalfetishporn.us and put images behind a password gateway. So if you embedded one of those images on a different website, it would say animal fetish porn is asking for your username and password. And it was just a demonstration of that bug because it could really freak out, boomers now. But he took it. He adds at the very bottom, oh, by the way, I found out it's a prank site. But that's the kind of shit that he's doing. And the pornography he's talking about, you better shield your eyes, Chad. I'm going to show you what the child pornography that got us taken down from several hosts was. This, I swear to God, this is what he reported us to different VPS hosting companies as being child pornography. I hope you delete your take your hard drive and smash it with a hammer. You've been infected. You've been destroyed. You gotta fucking bug out. The FBI, the CPS, they're coming for you. Notorious pornographer, child pornographer, Joshua Connor Moon just fucking goosed you, motherfucker. Here's some of his other best hits. I like this one. This picture at the bottom is like fucking D's.com level of Photoshop artistry. Fake anthrax. Law enforcement inaction leads to further Joshua Connor Moon / Kiwi Farms related crime. In the wake of the Okaloosa school threats, the Witchfinder reveals that an absence of U.S. law enforcement activity over the sinister website Kiwi Farms has led to further vigilante threats, including a detailed guide to retaliatory harassment of the operator and the sending of false anthrax packages. Josh Moon has had many enemies on the Chan boards and elsewhere for some time, long before I wrote about the site, so it wasn't me making these posts. Their opposition to Kiwi Farms and Moon shows every sign of intensifying. Well, what does he mean by the Okaloosa school threats? Let's go back to my all-purpose thing so I can capture my browser real quick. Oh, that's right. I got fucking detained in April of 2016 because somebody used my email service to send an email from Joshua Connor Moon at gamergate.us to the fucking high school I went to threaten kidnapping and murdering a child. Let's see if I can find some good quotes from this. He sent it directly not only to the school, not only to the police, but to the media, because he wanted the media to make publications about it. Officials say threatening email targets Escambia County man, not students. I wonder who lives in Escambia County at this time. Threats circulated late Thursday to kidnap and murder a child at Niceville area school appear to be the work of a cyber stalker bent on getting an Escambia County man into serious trouble. Okaloosa County Sheriff Larry Ashley and School Superintendent Mary Beth Jackson held a press conference on Friday to say that it does not appear that children are actually being targeted for harm. We do not think a credible threat exists against a school or our kids, Ashley said. Let's see. Sheriff Office cyber experts worked quickly after getting word just after 6:30 p.m. noon in England Thursday night that an email threatening to kidnap and kill a child from Niceville School existed. They tracked the source to a computer owned by a man in Escambia County and visited his home for a knock and talk. Ashley said, "No, they fucking arrested me." Wasn't no fucking knock and talk, motherfucker. I was detained. The man who owned the computer told investigators that he had been the victim of ongoing computer harassment. Oh, geez, cyberbullying. And it was determined in this case that he had been subject to swatting and spoofing, Ashley said. We believe that this was online harassment targeted at that person rather than a school. This is one of three. This is the third time this happened. This is the first time. This is the first time. The second time, letters were sent to, I want to say different. No, the second one was the anthrax threat. He was threatening to send anthrax. And he emailed that shit directly to various FBI offices in the state. See a school graveyard is full moon. The third one, I learned after the first one not to, actually the second one, not to talk about it. Because if I talked about it, if I made a post about it, he would make another blog post talking about it and using that to continue what he was doing. The third time I said nothing and it stopped. He stopped doing it because he couldn't justify explaining it until he sent another one CCing directly in his own personal email address into the threat. So it would be like the FBI, the target of the threat, and then himself, among other journalists, to sort of give him an excuse to know why this threat was being sent. And he targeted, in one of the emails, he targeted a school or a hospital near where I lived. He targeted a hospital in Ohio, the largest children's hospital. I think it was St. Jude's, actually, now that I think about it. And then he targeted one near where he lived so that he would have reasonable doubt to know about it. So, he does all this shit to try and get the site taken down. Site doesn't come down. It is what it is. And you might be thinking at this time, actually, let me say that for a bit. Let's go to 2017. About this time, the year 2017 rolls around. And there comes a breaking point. Some of my older users might recognize this message. And this is a message for the 3 weeks the Kiwi Farms was down. A line crossed. People are saying the stream's down. I don't think that's true. Yeah, the stream's fine. You're all being pussies. A line cross. Today, family has been attacked with demands to remove the kiwi farms. And this is true. Every time I say that, I feel like John Oliver going, yes, that happened. Yes, that's true. This is what you can believe, sheeple. In 2017, not only, he went after my mom's employers for a while. Because I had just gotten home from the Philippines. I was living with her. So he went after her. He went after, and he assembled other people who had threads on the forum to help him. And that's important in a little bit to why it came back, because they were contacting where she worked and they got her fired, right? Because they not only contacted her coworkers, her immediate supervisor, but they contacted the CEO of her company in a different state who she had never met and threatened him personally with defamation and smearing as a child pornography. So he went to all this trouble to get down the site, and I bring it down. And I'll tell you why I brought it down, because it doesn't matter anymore. My uncle was in the Army. He was a medevac Black Hawk pilot. He had more combat flight hours than anybody else in the Army. And he was 18 and a half years to a 20-year retirement. And at that point, I take out my little Accubus, right? I take out my calculator, my tax accountant calculator. I'm adding up all the shit, all the positives of the forum, all the fun things that we've done. I'm thinking, if this motherfucker gets kicked out of the military 18 and a half years to a 20-year retirement, it wouldn't be worth it. Mathematically, utilitarianly speaking, it would not be worth it. Abacus, not an Accubus. My bad. Whatever. You know what I meant. You knew what I meant, you fuckers. So I take it down. And all those relatives who were so concerned, so bothered by the site, so prescient and wanting it taken down, stop caring. I got no fucking phone calls. Nobody gave a shit. Nobody's like, hey, let's come over and talk to the server. All these people who were supposedly family didn't say shit. Meanwhile, you see at the bottom, I'll bring it up. I left contact information, right? Over the next few days, I received hundreds of emails, dozens of voice messages, and no snarky fucking comments. I mean, a couple of locals got, like, you know, speaking of the only, like, a handful of people got fucking smug about this. You know who did? I'll actually take him aside to show you this. I'll show you one of the people who got smug about the kiwi farms going down. Hold up.
And I'm pretty certain you've heard of the lol cow mockery extraordinaire, Kiwi Farms. Well, right now, Kiwi Farms is down, and it ain't coming back, at least from its creator, Joshua Moon, because Joshua pulled the forum down after, and wait for it, people started going after his family. Yeah, right? Isn't that just, I mean, again, isn't it ironic? Don't you think? I mean, this is a guy who runs a forum where people make fun of, like, Onision, Brianna Wu, myself, a number of other people.
I'm glad he included that. A little bit of journalistic integrity. Totally okay. But okay, I just wanted to show you that real quick. Yes, of all the people who got smug about the kiwi farms being down, Mundane Matt was among it. Not that I took it out on him once it came back up, as it did. But I think some people. Yeah, making fun is the same as sending bomb threats to schools, sending anthrax threats to fucking hospitals. The same as contacting employers and threatening to call them pedophiles unless they fire completely unrelated people. It's the same as going after military retirement for people who have 4,000 plus combat flight hours. It's all the same. Don't you know that all's fair in love and boulders? Chat, truly a master of logic and wisdom. So this timer came back up. I told my mom to go fuck herself. I told everybody to go fuck herself. And I booked a flight to a random city in the United States for 2017 from February to February 2018. I was abroad. And I played this song when the site was coming back.
Been a long time coming, but it finally came for Bun B to get his motherfucking shot in the game. I put more work in than the average trio nigga could put, and I'm a gangster from my head to my foot. Blacker than soot, I got the hood behind me. The streets co-side me. Head
trying to get another
in the
copyright
ghetto,
claim.
you know where to find me. The mission is laid out and the vision is clear. From this moment, I run the south and everything down here. They go for corners and cuts. Traps
was good, nigga. Okay. And after this, for the rest of 2017, I kind of lay low. And Guy runs out of steam. There's not much he can do to try and take down the site at that point because I've been stable. I've been through tons and tons of VPS hosts. We're constantly flipping through them. The wings of the site able to collect money are clipped. It's kind of a dire situation, but at that point, it's stable because of donations. I was taking some contract work. I was doing stuff under different names. I was basically stabilizing the site. And during that time, I built up 1776 hosting. What that is basically I just own my own IPs and I do rent some space to people who are more concerned with privacy than they are uptimes. And that news notice about DDoS attacks I'll get into. One other thing I forgot from 2016. On the topic of threats and shit, because I reminded myself of this. He started getting desperate. He couldn't take down the site by arranging retards to helping him. He couldn't take down the site by removing the donations. He couldn't take down the site by going after family. So he started to go after technological means. And one of the technological means is he paid people to try and hack our email server. So let's just read this. This is great. This is one of my favorite things he ever did. Greetings in the name of LOLs. Baphomet are writing to you in mutual solidarity. Vorty, Welshfag, and the SJW are being emailed as Moon's main journalistic foes, such as you are. We also copied in Bane and Like I Care. We hate Moon, and so we have rooted his mail server and stolen all his emails over the last few weeks. These will be released as and when it amuses us. There is a long-term plan, so we will take our time. Just to prove our words, provide some information. Port scan dump under the SIG. Don't use these to log in, you will be traced, but Null will freak out. Kudos to Null for choosing so many secure services like Dovecot. Sorry, if you know what Dovecot is, that's funny too. The vulnerabilities in his buggy as shit PHP code. 15 SQL injections and or shell injection bugs. I shit you not. Poor Nully, this must be very stressful, especially with his mother's sudden unemployment. Oh, and we corrupted all the other mail server logs too, falsifying entries to throw blame on innocent parties for the hack. Aren't we nice? We are not responsible for the terror threats. That was Null and Dynastia trying to throw shade on their enemies. In the port scan, you will find Josh created 2 local Tor proxies on this and used them to loop his browser back to send the threats himself. So much tech jargon. Oh, geez. It doesn't sound like bullshit at all. We are Big B Baphomet. We are elite. We do not forgive at all. Well, geez, I made some powerful enemies, except I knew people from Baphomet because I worked on 8chan, and they didn't have anything to do with this. It was just Vorty sending some bullshit. Oh, God. Sorry, I just wanted to share that. That's one of my favorite things he ever did. That's fine. And back to 2017. Okay, so I got the hosting service up, and I'll explain the DDoS thing in a bit. That should give you some clue what's going on with that, though. CoinDesk BPI chart. Yeah, this. So somebody donated several $1,000s in Bitcoin right around where the CoinDesk logo starts. And that was basically the only reason why the site's been up so far. I lucked out. I lucked out big with that. I reinvested it into altcoins. I sold high. I sold really high, and we've been coasting on that. I sounded scarier with my normal talking voice than when I do my scary voice. Probably. So yeah, it's just basically luck. At one point, I was considering buying a house, but the thing is, I had like $60,000 in cash ready to go. And I tried to buy a house, like I'm not in cash. I had coin I could sell. I had cash I could pull. I had some savings money. I had somebody willing to throw in more, but they literally refused to finance any kind of loan, even if I was paying like 75% of the value of the loan up front, unless I had income to show for the past 2 years. I just didn't. So they refused to let me buy a house, which is kind of shitty. Okay. That's 2017. It was very quiet compared to 2016. They had ran out of shit to do. But in 2018, he started DDoSing, attacking the hosting service, basically just begging people to send them Bitcoin donations because he lives off the British dole. Isn't it cute? Isn't it funny how I have to really fucking bust my ass to make ends meet, and he can just sit in free government housing, collecting government dole to DDoS my fucking site? Isn't that funny how people can fucking sit on their ass and collect free money to commit crimes with? Isn't that fucking funny? I hate England. I fucking hate. I want England to sink to the bottom of the fucking ocean, like the lost city of Atlantis. You know, I like some people on it. I got some friends in England. I like Dankula. But, I mean, it's a fair trade. You sacrifice a couple people you like for the good of the entire world. And I think that's fair. I think that's fair. You know, DDoS is a serious crime. Paying people to try to hack your email server is a crime. Sending bomb threats to the United States is a fucking crime. Sending anthrax threats is a fucking crime. It's all a fucking crime. And every time the FBI comes knocking, I'm like, it's that nigga. It's that nigga over there. It's that nigga. I know who it is. It's that nigga. And they don't do shit. And it's just like, I like after 4 fucking times where I'm just like, it's that nigga. I know who the fuck it is. It's that nigga. And they don't fucking do anything. I don't know, dude. You start not caring. So in 2018, there's been a shift, and he's been very quiet. Now, there's been the DDoS attacks, but it's been very, very quiet. Special. But what has changed is that I've been talking to people, and he's been quiet, more quiet, and not doing as much public bombast as he used to. Because he used to send emails to people. I'll give you a list of some people he sent emails. He sent emails to Nick Rakita. When I started talking to him, he sent threats to Nick saying, I will the witch finder. We will investigate you if you keep talking to Joshua Moon. Didn't work. Nick still talks to me. Send emails to this guy, Ralph. Ralph has me on his show. He gets a threatening email. On the fucking site where they're trying to fuck with my family still, they add an entire section for Ethan Ralph. And say, we're going to go after your family next. They do the same to Weave for some reason. They go after Dick Masterson as well, saying, if you invite Joshua Moon back onto your show, we'll get you kicked off of iTunes. We'll get you kicked off of Patreon. Your business will suffer. Didn't work. And he's been quiet now. Surprisingly. He's probably complained to YouTube, complained to other shitty fucking sites. He's still doing his DDoS shit. But I have the feeling that he is afraid of something. He's afraid of something. I don't know what it is. I really don't know. Maybe I can't even speculate. He might be afraid of something. But what that is, I have no fucking idea. But the entire point of reaching out, I teased at this at the start of the stream, the entire point of branching out and wanting to talk to people and wanting to mingle and kind of dab into other communities and have presence there is to make people aware of the site. And I bitched at, like, Medicare, I bitched at him about fucking credit and shit. But The reason why is I want people to know the site's there and how it helps and how people use it because it's important. If not, like one fucking guy, one fucking lunatic can corner an entire community of thousands of people and just fuck with them. Like I need people like Nick. That's what I mean. The idea of self-reliance has failed. In that I need people like Nick Rikita to know what the site is, like Dick Masterson to think the site's funny, like Ethan Ralph to use it for his talks, because if the site does go down, if a message like this ever does come back, people need to fucking be pissed off about it and have to do something. And that's the idea. Because now I can throw a stream up like this. I can talk to 1,000 people about the issues that the site has and what the broader implications are for the forum, not just for the forum, but for the internet in general. There have been many people who have tried to hurt the website. Many dozens of people who have tried to hurt the website, but it's mostly been one fucking guy. One dedicated fucking psychopath can do this much damage. And it's not all right. Like, I'm for freedom. If him sitting on his little fucking blog saying that I fuck pigs was the worst thing that he did, who gives a shit? Honestly, who gives a fuck? If he wants to call my mother a pedophile, like, that's low, but who gives a shit? It's the indignation that you can't criticize me. You can't criticize me. It's not fair. I'm going to dedicate 2+ years of my life to trying to take down yours. And that's bullshit. And nobody should have that much fucking power over another person. Because the Kiwi Farms does not have power. It can't force somebody to do something by having a thread on it. And we don't encourage fucking with people because it's not funny. But this guy, he likes to take people, he likes to scare them. And nobody should be able to do that with you. And you might think, you might be one of those people who right now are thinking this. Right now we're thinking this. Josh, maybe you've learned that that doxing is wrong now. Maybe you figured it out that doxing is wrong. There's literally something wrong with it. But there's literally nothing wrong with doxing. There is something wrong with sending bomb threats. There's something wrong with sending anthrax threats, for going after people and calling them pedophiles if they're not one. Like that shit's criminal. And I think that's wrong. And you might say, well, maybe the site would be better off. It would be better off if I was anonymous. Well, no, because you know what he would do? He's a wannabe solicitor in the UK. You know what he would do? He would just sue the site. You sue the site, you just throw out some litigation. They don't even have to vet it, really. As long as it passes the sniff test, it becomes valid litigation. He'll ask for an injunction against the site, and he'll get one. He'll seize the domain name. He'll get his kicked off Cloudflare if you don't answer it. The thing is, you can't sue me now. If you sue me with some bullshit like that, I'll bring up a lawyer. I will fuck you. You can't do it. Like, you have to have an actual tort if you're going to go after me. And I know enough about law to be a problem for people. But if you're anonymous, you can't defend yourself. You just can't. And the site would have ended in 2016 if I was determined to stay anonymous. If I was still anonymous at that point, and it got to the point where this guy was trying to take down the site, he would have won, because it would come to a point where it's like, okay, we're being litigated against, and he's going to obviously refile litigation as many times as he wants to, because he's willing to spend other people's money to do it. So it would just continually pummel the site. It's not the same as when you're like Jim. You can stay anonymous and hide behind YouTube and hide behind Patreon and do that shit anonymously for a time. But when you're trying to host your own website, you just can't. Ugh. Smug anime doxing. No. I think that's it. I think that's everything. That's the history of the entire Kiwi Farm. And now, the only thing really left to touch on is the only year I've not brought up, is 2019. Well, what comes in 2019, chat? 2019 is right around the corner. And I don't know what to expect. And to the people saying, why don't you just kill him? I know people in my family who've thought about it, who might be in the medical field, who might know really good ways to kill people in a painful, agonizing way, who might have thought about that. But and when he went after Weave, it's like, okay, you're making fun of a fucking Nazi now, who definitely has Nazi friends in fucking England. You might want to knock it off, buddy. But the thing is, I see it as it's called the eternal Anglo. It's not just the temporary, fleeting, singular Anglo. Take out this fucking guy, there will be another one. I see it as a, and not just him. It's not just that this guy is an adversary to the site. It is a sort of opposition that's more of an always present thing. And you take out this one particular fucking lunatic, and there will be another fucking lunatic who's just worse after him. So that's why I'm not particularly considered, if I just take him out, life would be better. No, it would be somebody else. But 2019, we've got shit planned. I'm doing the streaming thing. I don't know how long it's going to last. Again, I got the little Patreon for however long that this fucking thing is going to last. Probably not until Christmas. But if these things pan out, we'll probably be okay. But the way I see it is that 2019 is make or break. And if it does fall apart, like I don't know what I'm going to do. Like my plan Omega, if everything goes to shit, I'm just going to change my name in some random fucking state and go to China and teach English as a second language. I've already got the pronunciation of R down. I'm like, look, kids, it's fra ra 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 ra. That's how you pronounce things. Pronounced Erver. And the fucking Chinese kids will know exactly how to pronounce those words. It'll be fine. And I'll probably just disappear if that's what happens. But if it works, if shit happens, I think the site will be in a perfect position. Because I can't imagine what happens after this. What can you take down? In the words of Internet Juche, you have your own hosting service that, there are things you could theoretically take down on the hosting service, but if that happens, the internet is fucked. The internet is really and truly fucked if the hosting service fails, because that means that the backbones of the internet are collapsing. The things that keep the internet working are dying. And unless that happens, then it's fine. But if that does happen, it's not just the Kiwi Farms that's fucked. It's the entire internet. You might as well go teach ESL in fucking China. You might as well go to a fucking rice field in China. At what point, it doesn't matter. Yeah, China will be the superpower of the century. If you're all fucking hung up over white genocide and you're not scared about the internet being censored because you think it's inevitable, just go to China. Go to China and find a Chinese girl and fuck her. Your kids are gonna look Chinese enough that the Chinese won't be prejudiced against it. White blends into Chinese pretty well. You'll be fine. Your family will be okay. But this kind of shit, I don't know. If it's not 2019, if 2019 is not a year of stability, I don't know what to. And hopefully the advertising shit works out. Hopefully I find some way to make money, because the site has to stabilize. It just has to. It floors the fucking mind. Floors the mind. It floors me. It boggles the mind that the site gets 500 million hits a month, transfers 20 terabytes of data, has active at any given time about 2,000 people. And you know how big it's gotten just from last year? In January, we were not hitting 1,000 people prime time. We get more than 2,000 now prime time, 2,400 on a day. So there's a demand for this. People fucking want this site. They want to talk about people, and they want to talk about people any way they please. And I can't imagine. I can't imagine people letting it go. And that's the entire point of getting out and talking to people. Just to say, like, look, this site is beset on all sides. There are truly dedicated fucking psychotics trying to take it down. And I need people to give a shit and to actively be concerned with the health of this. And when I first started and I started talking about money and shit, like people were like, "Oh, is this going to be like a begging stream?" No, I'm just asking you to be socially conscious of what's going on, because Ralph and Jim having Patreons is a privilege. Jim having a AdSense account is a privilege, and it does make me a little bit bitter that Jim makes like literally tens of thousands of dollars a month when he streams consistently from his stuff, and some of his streams are literally just reading shit from the Kiwi farms, and he makes enough money off that live stream of him just reading shit from the fucking site to support the site for 2 fucking months. And I'm not saying he has to. I'm not saying I want his fucking money. I'm just saying it's like, the envy is just there. It's not a rational hatred. It's not a rational envy. It's just, ooh, that'd be some fucking good. That would be like aloe vera on a fucking burn wound. You know what I mean? Like when you get a sunburn and you're just laying there in misery and somebody dumps that fucking aloe vera on you. That's the good shit. It paid, Josh. Somebody's calling me a whiner. Like, I'm sorry. It's just that's the thought. That's the thought. Because it's shit that people will pay for. Just goes to some fucking guy. I guess I shouldn't be vocally envious. I can't help but think about it. Why won't Mundane Matt pay you? I don't know, that greedy fucker. He's not going to re-say it every time. I'm not expecting him to. He really, honestly, he doesn't even need to credit us. But at the same time, like, again, it's not a logical envy. I'm not blaming him for anything. I'm just saying that in an overview perspective where you're looking down on things and saying, like, okay, this is the site. This is where the information comes from. This is the people doing the work. And the site runs a deficit of $1,000 a month. And he makes that per hour streaming, just reading shit from the site. And again, I'm not mad at him. I'm not angry at him. I'm not demanding anything. But in a cosmic, spiritual sense, like, yeah, that fucking stings. That stings just a little bit. Just a fucking little bit. Just watch the VOD if you missed the stream. I don't, like, I guess I could make a forum post for it. It's just, fine, you feel bad for me. How do I check super chats? Oh, open in a new window. That's it? Oh, yeah, this is it. Here's some foreign aid for your internet, Juche. Some Rubia to keep the degeneracy up. A donation option for the forum, such as Crying, Bleeding Heart, Tard Wrangler. Again, I would have a donation form for the site, but when I last did that, somebody charged $14,000 in fraudulent donations, brought it down. Gibbs shekels to Josh. Kind greetings from Grandma. 100% German power. Shitty Eastern European currency. ELN, that's bullish. Can't use your credit card to get Matt to deliver you Uber Eats. Oh, that's right. Monday Matt does fucking. Sorry, I don't usually dedicate time to reading this, but I did actually get a lot of this because I've been talking about the site fucking being in peril. Where do I contact you? You can. It's just null at kiwifarms.net. I'm hopeful that in 2019, Kiwi Farms will kill more trannies. Fine, I feel bad. Sorry, I usually don't read super. Those were kind of interesting. Go on the Ralph route, like again. I'm just sort of treading my toes and stuff. Merch would be pretty funny. We did merchandise drives. Oh, I didn't even fucking mention that. Let me bring this up on fucking Firefox. I'll show you. We did do a merchandise drive, but the guy who ran it, he was attacked by the fucking guy. He was like, they got kicked off of PayPal, of course. That's why I always say don't rely on PayPal. Don't rely on PayPal. They are fucking the worst. They will kick you off without a second thought. The fucking t-shirt company, a small business printing fucking t-shirts, was kicked off of PayPal because a single fucking psychotic attacked them. So we did a short run of merchandise. Like, this is in June. And it was somewhat successful. We got a couple $1,000s from it, but they got fucking shut down. The entire company was fucking destroyed by this fucking idiot. So it's like even merchandise. Like you can't. They're just paying the fucking ass, and you feel bad for the company because it's like they didn't fucking do anything wrong. They just made t-shirts. What do I think of the Best Boy Manlet Tears? Is Manly Tears Destiny? Is that the same person? Somebody tell me, because I got an email from Manly. Well, I didn't get an email from Manly Tears. Pull it up real quick and read it. No, Manly Tears Destiny Brit Bong. Oh, Brit Bong is not Manly, is not Destiny? I thought they were the same person. I don't know anything about. Yeah, sorry, I don't know anything about Brit Bong. If he's British, I hate him. I'll just say that. There's a 99% chance I fucking hate him. So I did go to Destiny server and I talked to them for a little while, and they wanted me banned for saying the word retarded. And then I called the guy who called himself. He literally called himself Jewish Bolshevik, and he was encouraging Russian socialism again. And I called him a kike. And they were like freaking out because they had a channel for narking in their Discord, and they're like, Josh said the R word and he said the K word, and he's in voice chat and he's being so toxic. I need a janitor to help me. Oh God, like a vault. I'm being accosted on the internet. And then I sent Destiny an email. I said, holy shit, your Discord's like the most fun I've ever had in fucking forever. And he sends me a reply like, haha, epic, dude. And I didn't realize, I thought at the time that Destiny, because from clips I've seen of Destiny talking, he's like super far right. But I found out that those clips were just out of context. So I have this mental picture of Destiny being like this Hale Hortler 1488 kind of guy. And I'm in his fucking Discord channel talking to these people. And I'm like, holy shit, this Hale Hortler guy is just like, he's got the dumbest fucking fan base I've ever seen. And then I found out that I was completely wrong. and he was fucking one of those kind of retards too. Sorry. I'm still laughing because there was a tranny in the voice chat. He kept calling me toxic, and he was like, everybody, just mute Josh. Just mute Josh until the janitors can help, until the janitors come online. Oh, God. What was I talking about? Oh, that's right. I was talking about a fucking lunatic attacking my family. Oh, this was a couple weeks ago. All right, I think that's it. I think that's all I can talk about history-wise. Before I go, though, has Virgo Rouge made another video about me? Is this a video? What the fuck is this? Let's watch this. Let's watch this together, Chit. What's this video?
People are unhealthy. I am very healthy. I'm eating raw, pastured beef liver from a farm. It's been frozen for 2 weeks.
Oh, that looks
I don't know
delicious.
if it actually kills pathogens.
It kills pathogens,
There are people in this country who are pretty normal. One guy who's a martial artist from Wisconsin eats raw liver. He's not on the internet talking about killing people. like this guy in Germany, okay? So there are normal people who eat raw liver. Tracy eats raw liver. I eat it more than she does.
I love Virgo Rouge. He's my favorite. He's crazy as shit. Okay, you guys have any questions? I'll read chat. I'm not just gonna read super chits. I'm gonna read all the chits. Chit. Tell me your questions. I will answer them. Junior, yummy liver. That ain't normal. Based in liver pilled. She says it's an excellent source from vitamin D. I don't know why Chit has to be so hateful. We want Virgo Rouge. Who was that? Virgo Rouge. Praise Jim. Oh, do I have that song? Do I have the song? Here it is. I have to play it at least once every stream now. Don't give up. I try not to. Is there any hope for the internet? Yes, there is. Yes, there is. It's only going to go downhill. Like there's going to be governments that cut themselves off from the entire internet. But there will still be free internet between democratic countries if we don't let fucking government censor it. You have to really fight it. You have to be constantly vigilant for the shit they're doing because they want you. They want to censor you. Will I have a chink wife like Jim? Probably not. Did you ever GF? Yes, I've had the sex with women's promise. Do you want to get married and have a family and kids? Yes, if the situation improves. I'm not gonna date at all in the current situation. Did the test alert system? Yes, I did test the. Do call-ins. Can I suck your cock? No, that's gay. Post a link to that German song. I'll post it in the description as I always do. Everybody asks. And we hope you cheat PayPal. Absolutely not. PayPal is a no-go zone. How does my special friend have the power to do all this shit on his own? I thought he'd be prime boomer material. He is not. He pays people from China and stuff because when the email server got hacked, or didn't get hacked, it just got some probing. The IPs came from Taiwan. I think he pays people to do botnet stuff and to do stress testing shit. But he doesn't because he's very good with language. He's very good at scaring people. He just blindsides a normie like this. And they're startled. They're like, holy shit, this fucking guy says he's a journalist. He's calling me a pedophile. He's saying he's asking me for a official line on why I'm hosting this kiddie porn. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. And then he usually at the end, he includes a line right before he signs off. Like, do you have any plans on terminating this contract with the Kiwi Farms? And that's their out. Because if they say yes, and if they take the Kiwi Farms down, or do whatever he's asking for, then they have a solution to the problem, which he created himself. That's usually his gambit. Get Alipay or WeChat. You have to have a Chinese account for that, and as far as I know. But I would definitely be open to a Chinese payment processor. Manly Tears is one hell of a neat. He's 30 and plays it off like a joke, but will throw a fit if his mom won't make macaroni. Is that a joke? That sounds like a chicken tendy story. How about the weather? The weather is fucking excellent right now. People are such pussies. Yes, that's the thing. The Kiwi Farms has the best speech laws in the entire world. But at the same time, we have the most pussified companies in the entire world. It is unbelievable how a company with all the advantages it could ever ask for in the United States will willingly throw them away and just to get rid of one guy. Have I heard of Yandex Wallet? Yes, I have. But I could only accept money from Russians. Actually, I can't get a Yandex Wallet account because it specifically says that you cannot be an American citizen if you get a Yandex Wallet. So I would be breaking like the FEC regulations if I lied and said that I wasn't a U.S. citizen. That would put me at genuine risk to have a Yandex Wallet. I can use Alipay internationally. I think I've applied for Alipay internationally and they didn't get back to me. Is it possible for there to be safe internet harbors where certain countries will be very lax on the internet to attract certain types of income, say Switzerland does with finance? Well, you would think so. You would think countries like Panama might be open to having things where they just have a completely uncensored internet, even if they censor things internally. Like I thought, like if I was the ruler of a small micronation, a small city state, I would make the internet laws such that internally we might censor something if we need to, but the internet in general, like what's hosted there, won't ever be fucked with. But there's no country like that, as far as I'm aware. Like I've looked around, I've read the Constitution of fucking Suriname looking for a place to host the Kiwi farms. What about Mexico? Like, there's a big engineering triangle when it comes to hosting in different countries, and really, hosting isn't the issue. I'm hosting my site in the United States as it is, but it's either pornography, speech, or copyright is the big thing. Like Ukraine, for instance, has no copyright laws, but it does have like censorship and stuff. So there, China has, or Singapore might be good on IP. It might be good on speech, but it has anti-pornography laws. So there's always a catch. The United States is definitely the best, but at the same time, all the companies in the United States are fucking retarded. Is Eastern Europe the future of the EU and the white world? Probably, unless they get Jewed up. And I don't mean that. I love Israel. You have an infectious laugh and make good presentations. Do some streams about hidden gems on your site, and you could probably make those gem shekels. Probably, like right now, we've got like 1,000 people watching, which is great. Hopefully, I keep attracting audiences. Make a Kiwi Farms dating website. That has been suggested more times than you would like to know. We've had people who've gotten married because of the Kiwi Farms. Just putting that out there. We've had several marriages and at least one child. And Jim would be Brit Blong. He's bigger on 8chan's cow than he is on Kiwi Farms. Like the thing is, he likes the sock puppet a lot, from what I remember. And when he tried to get on the Kiwi Farms, we just sniff out his socks constantly, and he would get banned or merged back into his main account. On 8chan, he's free to sock all he wants, and they can't do anything about him. Alpha Sargon, keep it up. Yeah, it's nice to break 1,000 on my. That's legitimately horrifying. Fuck you. Marriage between white people is the most beautiful thing, as is marriage between Jews in Israel. Can I mail you rubles? If you want to mail me, if you go to at the bottom of the site and go to supporting the forum, there is an address listed for cash and money orders. And yes, I can accept money orders. I need to do streams on stream.me again. Yeah, I do. I feel when Kiwi Farms, no Kiwi Farms GF, tell me about it. There is an Anglo problem that needs to be addressed. Can I mail you Canadian marijuana? Please do not mail me drugs in the mail. Don't mail me anthrax either. Make QR codes for Bitcoin as the homepage as well. Make it visible. It's at the bottom of every page. If you wanted to find it, you could find it. Well, if I see people suggesting I make streams about people we have on the Kiwi Farms, but really, check out the channel. Like I've done a bunch. If you're interested in those kinds of streams, I do them. Be sure to like and or subscribe. Smash that notification bell so you get alerts too. I think that's what you tell people. You want them to give you clicks. What about Kitty Styles? What about him? That guy's crazy. Everybody keeps asking me about Kitty Styles. I think he talks about me a lot more than I talk about him. Do the autistic Legion of Doom members that haven't been covered yet. When people talk about Legion of Doom, they're talking about the retards that my special friend recruited to do his dirty work. Which was Yandere Dev was one of them. I talked about him a little bit. I'm not gonna do a stream on Kitty Styles because I don't know. I feel bad for him. He's not a proper lolcow. He's just like a schizophrenic. You know what I mean? Thoughts on TikTok and the growing edginess of small children. I don't know. I would fuck that one chick who does that Nian Nian cosplay, though. I think everybody would fuck her, though. Stream on DSP logs. Red Fox. That was so long ago. I'm not the best person for DSP. Did I ever talk about Sam Brain? No. I forgot about her. Sam Brain is another. She's British, quote unquote. Can I get some fucking air quotes? She's from Pakistan. She's a Muslim apostate. I don't want to say too much about her because she's gonna flag my shit if I talk about her. But basically, she was a part of the Legion of Doom, and she ranted about me 24/7 on Twitter. Literally thousands of tweets about me and how horrible the Kiwi Farms was. And she eventually got banned from Twitter for making violent threats. And now is relegated to her shitty WordPress blog where she talks about me still. That Nian Nian cosplay chick is not a trap. Nice try. She's just an ugly woman. Trying to tell me that she's a trap. Fucker. Master Pash on the politician Kitty Style send the letter. I don't know who he sent the letter to. I just know that he sent a letter. Talk about some technology stuff, deep web usefulness, inside stories like Torba. Chat loves them. I've already talked to death about how fucking useless Gab was. Gab basically got $1 million. They had a massive head start on hosting risque services and essentially did nothing with it. The Kiwi Farms was already neck deep in shit by the time Gab got started in 2016. And Torba, with his infinite wisdom and infinite money, did absolutely nothing to protect the service from the exact kinds of problems that the Kiwi Farms had. And I contacted him. I told him what to expect, and he brushed it off. The fucking dude is an idiot. I have no hope for Gab. Talk about Drakenlord. I don't know anything about Drakenlord except that he has a German thread on the Kiwi Farms in the international clique. If you speak German and want a German locale, the international clipboard on the Kiwi Farms has different languages. Do I want to be neck deep in Andy's 6 shit? No, I do not. Sorry. Talk about Shakaran and your time in the Philippines. I don't know who Shakaran is. In the Philippines, I didn't do anything but work on Infinity Next. I really didn't. I would walk around sometimes. It's a very dirty country. The thing I remember most about the Philippines is that there was constant traffic. It has the worst traffic in the entire world. In fact, when I first got there, Jim was in civil court because he had gotten out of his car in a fit of rage and bashed somebody's windshield in because of road rage. Philippines is way dirty. Philippines makes more money than the country I'm living in now per capita, but this country is so much cleaner because not that there's any differences between the races. I love all the races because they're all the same, especially Israeli. Why do you think the TikTok track is a chick? Because she is. Look her up. Someone is in the Collins. I don't know. People don't like the Collins. They just like to hear me talk. Okay, fine. To log in. Otto von Bonesmark. Mute the stream. Is that why you were in the call line? Be careful what you ask for. Because you know when people get that fat, like their skin starts to crack and they get like they get like visible bacteria rashes on like their skin. I can't believe you waited for that shit. Fucking weirdo. Alright, take it. Take it easy. There, I did a caller. You can't call me a shill now. Oh, nobody heard it. Nobody heard it. Oh, sorry. one day I will learn how to computer, but today is just not that day. I know how to make my own ISP, but do I know how to operate OBS? I don't. I sure as fuck don't. All call-in should be like this. Now there's more people in the call-in line. I feel bad because I'm not going to do any more. I didn't even do one. Best call-in ever. I think it was a tweet. More than I do. Oh, there's fucking O'Dealy time. Motherfucker, I know you. I hope you enjoyed my rant about the perils of the internet. We're taking your make fun of Sargon card. I don't make fun of Sargon. I don't want anything to do with Sargon. I had one job. Hatran is down. Like, Hatran's fucking gone. The owner's in fucking jail right now. What's my take on the Second Life Sargon thing? Can I even show this? I'm gonna show this briefly. Look at your window. This is gonna be up for less than a second. You get less than a second to look at this. Get ready. Get ready. Wait, did I fucking deleted it. There, I found it again. It's coming. It's coming. 1, 2, 3. It's gone. That was a picture that that apparently Sargon had on his thing. V denies it. V says that wasn't actually Sargon, but fucking. Your movie sucks and Murder by Dog. Oh, okay. I will talk about that. I'm actually gonna post this in stream chat so people can look at it. But a while back, let me just find the actual quote. I will post this in stream chat now, in case you want to look at it at your own leisure. But basically, Your Movie Sex guy posted this thing basically saying that a dog can consent to a blowjob because it doesn't hurt him, and basically that's it. Like, dogs can consent to sex because they're dogs. And basically, after this, I called him out in that Wolf stream where I talked about Wolf. And we had a proper fucking YouTube comments, like circa 2006 argument about this. I'm going to put this in full size and blow this up. Like, I want you to just do it. I'm not going to read this. There's no fucking way I can read this. This is his initial comment. He's calling me triggered. He's saying that I'm a social justice warrior because I disagree with his opinions on dog blowjobs. And, I reply and I say that he did something incredibly stupid and indefensible. I bring up in one line that Mark allegedly said that he cried when Mark refused to back him up on Reddit about the dog blowjobs. And then he replies saying that I shouldn't trust Mark. He doesn't touch on anything else. He goes into detail about why giving dogs blowjobs. I'm not fucking reading all this. He goes into detail about how giving dogs blowjobs is okay and how he shouldn't have to change his opinion just because other people find it distasteful. I reply saying that dogs can't consent. He says dogs can consent. And he mostly talks about how penetrative sex with dogs is always bad. I'm posting the link in the fucking chat again so that you guys can read it on your own. It's also on the Kiwi Farms. If you want to read it there. Like, go to the Kiwi Farms Animal Control Board and look for Adam Johnston. That's the thread. I can't possibly fucking read all this. And then he says how because we eat meat and breed cows artificially, that makes it okay to suck off dogs. And I end it by saying that because he continually says that dog blowjobs isn't harmful to the dog, I remind him, and this is true, that Kiro the wolf's dog, before he got found out for the zoostatus shit, died of a UTI, of a urinary tract infection. And I tell him, it's like the dogs, people when they touch each other, when they kiss each other, when they do oral with each other, we're at a reduced risk of contracting disease because we grew up, we evolved having sex, right? Well, dogs don't have those same immunosystems on their penis for human contact. So human bacteria on our skin and in our saliva is more dangerous to animals because they don't have the immune system for it. They didn't evolve getting fucked by humans. So it's possible that Kiro the wolf killed his dog by giving it a urinary tract infection by sucking it off. And when I said this, he didn't reply. And it's just like, I don't know why he's so adamant about it. Like, I get it. Like, you don't want to hold on your principles, but really, you need to fucking reconsider. And I don't know. I don't want to frame him because I do appreciate the fact he talked to me. I appreciate the fact that he was civil with me. I hope he thought that I was being civil with him. But I can't imagine holding the belief he does. And it's not just a disagreement. It's like, what the fuck is actually wrong with you? Just think that it's okay to suck off dogs, bro. I don't know. Do you guys think I'm being mean? I'm being unreasonable and saying that he should reconsider? Like, do you think it's okay to hold that opinion? Like, he calls it wrong think. I'm prosecuting him for wrong think, but I don't think I'm doing that. Like, I'm tolerant of his opinion. I just think it's kind of fucking gross. And his main argument was I was saying that, all the big people in the furry community, it's not just him, it's not just Wolf. Wolf was definitely a furry. But Varka, the guy that owns Bad Dragon and E621, his business partners have actually gone to prison for zoophilia. I think it's the owner of Inked Fur or Inked Bunny, who is a convicted child molester. And it's like all these people, all the top dogs in the furry community. I really shouldn't call them top dogs. That sounds like an every pony. That sounds uncomfortable. But the head honchos in the furry community all seem to be somewhat involved in zoophilia. And I don't think he's any exception. He's not as bad as Wolf. He's not torturing animals. I can't say for sure he's fucking animals, but he's complicit. He allows it. He thinks it's okay to suck off dogs. And that's just really fucking gross. Link for Kiwi Farms. Just fucking Google it, brother. Top pups. Am I sure he's not torturing animals? I hope he's not. Adam, if you're watching this, please reconsider. Please think of the animals. Oh, Jesus. Hold up. I'm going to boomer this up too, but Adam, I beg of you, Adam, from the bottom of my heart, reconsider, Adam. I like your reviews, Adam. Just reconsider, motherfucker. Chat, pray for Adam. We're gonna get him through this. That's enough of the sad animals. Oh, here's Matt Jarbo. He's the owner of Kiwi Farms.
Was upset that his family was then targeted by assholes on the forum or enemies of the forum. There's just like that nice layer of irony there. And the guy basically, he still says, like, more or less, that he doesn't regret anything that he's done, and if he didn't have a family that was being attacked, then he would still keep it up, which I guess is kind of noble. I guess I don't really know if I'd call it kind of noble. It's very weird.
That's my title.
If I didn't have a family, I would still be doing this. I regret nothing, but I'm taking it down. because my mama was attacked, and his mom was, in fact, actually. There's been a couple people out there that are like really big enemies of Kiwi Farms. One guy by the name of Vordrak. And that guy actually like was able to successfully sue an anonymous troll on Kiwi Farms to the sum of £10,000.
He's never going to collect that money.
Like collected on any.
He literally got like a sympathy check from the government saying like, if you could ever collect this money, go ahead and collect this money. Never going to collect that. I didn't say shit. I didn't say shit. That was Matt Jarbo of Kiwi Farm saying that. Any thoughts on Opera? I have no thoughts. Opera is just another they switched their rendering engine to WebKit. It's just another WebKit browser. Like I use Iridium. If you guys want a browser, I use Iridium. The downside with Iridium is that it does not at all keep any cookies. If you close your browser, it completely fucking wipes out your cookies. So it's so heavily oriented towards privacy that it actually becomes like a usability detriment, but it's a really good browser. Thoughts on Brave? I like Brave a lot. I love Brave. It's just that I've had some usability issues with it, and it's not extensible enough. It needs to be more extensible. I don't know why it isn't. But Brave is objectively the best mobile browser. Get Brave on your mobile phone right the fuck now. Like, just go get it. What about Opera, the style of music? Kind of gay. No, Brave doesn't have no script. That's what I mean. It doesn't have open extensibility. It just has a suite of plugins installed into it. Dude, I advertise the fuck out of Brave. Brave has the BAT tokens. It's basically Brave is made by a guy called Brendan Eich, and Brendan Eich is the original founder of original creator of JavaScript. I want to say he was the co-founder of Mozilla Foundation that was ousted from his own company after it was found that he donated money to a political group that passed the anti-gay marriage law in California. So after they found out he donated money to the anti-gay marriage law or proposition in California, they kicked him out of Mozilla, and he went on to found Brave. And Brave is really fucking good. It's just that it's not extensible enough. Yeah, Prop 8. Brendan Eich is, if somebody asks, what's my thoughts about the internet and the future of the internet? If anybody saves the internet, it will be Brendan Eich. He is fucking based. This nigga is based and or red pilled. No, not even and or. There is no and or here. He is based and red pilled. Okay, he's fucking god. Third Reich Ike, basically. Brave. I think it's just brave.com. Definitely, like, try out Brave on your desktop. You might like it if you don't use too many extensions. But 100%, no doubts about it. By far the best I've found on mobile. Brave is the best browser for your phone. So definitely check it out. And Brendan Eich is all about bringing cryptocurrency to the masses. Brave integrates with a currency called BAT, which is Basic Attention Token. And he's working out a way to convert fiat money into BAT tokens, and then having a way to donate to websites through your browser automatically or manually. So it's a really great idea, and if it does work out, it'll be massive for the internet. Braved and red pilled, basically. Yeah, there is a couple of usability interface issues that I don't like, which is the reason why I use Iridium over Brave. But I cannot wait for Brave to really iron out, because I would love to be able to tell everybody, no doubts, try out Brave. Is Brave not just another data grab like SRware and Iron and other Chromium-based browsers? I think Brave does use Chromium, but I don't think it's a data grab at all. It's just a fork. Like the rendering WebKit engine is basically the cornerstone of the internet now. Thoughts on Vivaldi? Vivaldi is yet another WebKit fork. It's just a different interface for WebKit. It's whenever I say WebKit, whenever you look at a web page in Chrome, the thing rendering that web page is something called WebKit. WebKit was developed by Apple, so Safari uses it too. Safari, Chrome, Iridium, Chromium, Brave, Vivaldi, they all use the same exact rendering engine called WebKit. The only difference is the interface and the complementary software, the extensibility. And Chrome is the worst. Chrome is by Google. Chrome tracks your shit. The other WebKit forks are all better than Chrome. Just don't like if you really like Chrome but don't want Google spying on you, use Chromium or Iridium or try out Brave or try out Vivaldi. Do I use ad nauseum? I do not because it's Google has done something to make it so that you can't add ad nauseum onto Google Chrome forks. So I just use AdBlock Plus. But if you are on Mozilla Firefox, 100% use ad nauseum. If you're on Firefox, go download ad nauseum right the fuck now. I don't even know how, but ad nauseum seems to remove ads from Twitch and shit. Like ad nauseum is the fucking best. Thoughts on V molesting seahorses? V, leave those seahorses alone, fucker. Thoughts on uBlock Origin? That's what I use for Chrome. Oh, regarding Hatreon, yeah, Hatreon's dead, and the fucking guy, the defense distributed guy, Cody Wilson, he's fucked. Cody Wilson owned Ghost Gunner. He owned Hatreon. He was doing a lot of good work. And then they found that he had slept with a 16-year-old who had lied about her age. But because he did so in Texas, it's no fault whatsoever. It's 100% on him. He faces up to 20 years in prison. He got fucking glow niggered, basically. Josh, what do you do if you have a hairy asshole? You just fucking live with it. Don't shave your asshole unless you're a woman. Talk about how you can protect yourself online. There's a thread on the Kiwi Farms called software recommendations. If you just go to Google and type in Kiwi Farms software recommendations, you will find all my personal recommendations for staying private. I have a link to a VPN, the shill link. One of the only advertisements are on Kiwi Farms right now. But if you use this link, I love PIA. I use it on everything. Do I like Blockland rape? It's the only rape I do like. I like video game. Everything else is immoral. Don't beat your wife, kids. How do I join ISIS? You go to Syria and you wave around the ISIS flag until somebody escorts you to the base. How do you bully communist weeaboos? You just let them live. The guy who originally made the quickie for stalking Christian is a literal communist weeaboo called Cogsdev. And Cogsdev is too autistic to change his username. And people give him shit because they know Cogsdev started the quickie, and which led to the quickie forums, which led to the Kiwi Farms. So all these other communist tankies, they make fun of Cogsdev for and don't let them into their cool kids club because they know that he started the Kiwi Farms in a tangential way. What am I going to talk about? Kenneth is so fucking boring. This is here's the funniest thing about Kenneth. You ready? He boils his hamburgers. That nigga boils his hamburgers. Is there anything left to be said? So many people who make lolcow forums are lolcows. Yeah, no shit. It's called troll shielding. Gas. That's uncivilized. I do that. Bob Dylan, get the fuck out of here, Kenneth. I found you out, motherfucker. I forgot to read your super chat. I try not to read all the super chats because it gets boring. I read them. I read them out if I think they're pertinent to conversation. Josh, what do you think of the best boy manly tiers? I did talk about manly tiers. Josh needs a video stream on streaming again. I read both of those out, and I read both of them. I said I should stream on stream.me some more, but I don't have time for it usually. Okay, sorry. I got an urgent PM that I felt the need to polish shit to talk about. I did read it, motherfucker. Video. Read all the super chats. Why no stream.me restream? Because fucking restream.io is fucking broken. Andy Worski and Ralph have both said that it's fucking broken. It pisses me off. I've been trying desperately to fucking get them to fix their shit, but they're not gonna fix their shit. Any opinion on Proton Mail? I use Proton Mail for some stuff. I'm not too sure how I feel about them because I know that they will delete your email account if they receive a threat from the U.S. government or from Google or something. But they should be good for casual use. Well, I know like stopping the stream to read super chats is a good way to get more super chats, but it's also a good way to make a really fucking boring stream. So if you are going to donate, I appreciate it, even if I don't read it aloud. But please make it relevant. Make it something I can read and not derail the conversation with. Privacy is a myth. Why is the Patreon guy in jail? Google Cody Wilson. He's in jail because the feds got him, basically. Who do I use for email? I use my own email. I run my own server, which I wouldn't recommend. Running an email server is a pain in the fucking ass. Proton Mail's good. Use Yandex. Use fucking Yandex. I will link you. Use this shit. That's some good shit right there. Get some fucking Yandex mail. Only Putin will read your email, and he won't care. As long as you're not plotting to overthrow the Kremlin. Other than that, pretty good. Fuck Russia. It's a popular opinion these days. Yandex. I do use Thunderbird. Thunderbird is not an email host, though. Okay, this is true. I mentioned this in my software recommendations thing, but if you use Thunderbird, what you can do is pull all your emails in, like delete them immediately off the email server. That's the best thing you can do. But it allows you to have many different email accounts from many different service providers. It's a great way to keep organized and to have different identities. Always keep your email identities from cross-contaminating. Basically have different emails from different stuff, and never use the same password on anything. Because what people don't understand, get something like LastPass. If you go to lastpass.com, get that. If you use, like, even if you have like 12 different passwords, and if one service, one random shitty fucking website that you were using gets compromised and your password's leaked, any account using that password is also compromised. So don't use the same password on any two things, because if it's leaked once, it'll compromise all those other sites. So get something like LastPass or another password manager and segment your identities, because look at how badly it fucked over V. If you use an email address on a porn site or an F list or whatever the fuck creepy weird shit you're into, and it's used on a bunch of different other sites, all it takes is that one leak. And once the leak's out there, your identity has been cross-contaminated. And it'll go back to you. People are after you. Oh yeah, and use passphrases. All my passwords are like 128 characters, but because there are sentences and shit that I can remember, it's easy to remember. Easier than a hard password. I don't know. I don't know what Kaspersky is. I've heard of it, but I don't. Russia and China are not best buds. China has some revanchism regarding territory that's currently a part of the Russian Federation that they want back from Russia. So there might be a border war between China and Russia at some point. You could also not do degenerate shit. Degeneracy is the spice of life. What kind of boring ass life are you living, buddy? People are gonna find my Vor accounts one day. Manchuria? Yeah, I think Manchuria is the name of it. How long have I been streaming? An hour and a half. I'll do it for another 20 minutes. Do I like Gamer Girl Pete? Oh no. What's my fursona? Obviously Kiwi. No, I take that back. I'll show you my fursona. I'll show you my fursona. You guys are gonna love it. It's the most ballin' ass fucking fursona in the entire world. And if you disagree, you're just a fucking liar. Or a fibber. Or full of deceit and treachery. Behold! This guy is my fursona. He's the most badass motherfucker. I don't want to hear otherwise. Hey, don't be mad. Don't be mad. You just can't handle it. This is the best fursona. I bet you fucking money Adam Johnson would blow that dog. He's a good boy. Have I thought about making a micronation to avoid deplatforming? I mean, I would still have to deal with American businesses and shit. It wouldn't really help. Did I adopt it from WikiHow? Yes, I did. Kill a dog with a suck. Oh, rest in peace, Hero's dog. You never noticed the dog has no deck? No, has no neck, not no deck. Okay. Maritime Admiralty law will save the Kiwi farms. Maybe the future is hosting a server off a yacht. Yeah, I had fun streaming with Jim. I don't know if he would. I think Jim's apprehensive of me. I don't mean that in the way that like he's not scared of me. I don't think. It's just I don't think he wants to be in that Flynn. I think he wants to be in that Flynn at all. I'm not showing you my deck. Fuck off. Have you seen the funny vid of the birth defected dog with no neck trying to socialize with other dogs? That does not sound funny. I have no interest in seeing that. Put a server on the moon. I'll put a server in Elon Musk Mars ethno state. I'm not going to tell you who my source is. Somebody's asking if when I said that his thought. I said somebody. I didn't say who. Had a thought that Jim's tactic against Sargon was to kamikaze and take down all of their collective Patreon, Twitter, and Facebook, and was just to kamikaze Sargon and bring him down that way. And I didn't say who. Jim speculated that it was some guy I never heard of. Then he speculated that it was Dankula, but I'm not gonna say. It's just my. Do I like Disney princesses? You know, what's funny is that this country gets away with a lot of piracy. Like in the United States, if you do your own like kids' birthday party catering business and you offer to dress up as Disney princesses at the birthday party, fucking it doesn't matter how small your company is. Disney will cease and fucking desist you immediately. But over here, you know, I see Disney princesses incorporated into advertising all the time. That you know for sure fucking. Do I really see people migrating to Stream.me? I'm sure they will. I really wish I was streaming on Stream.me right now. But Stream.me will probably have issues if it gets popular. Ralph hinted that Keemstar might be involved in funding Stream.me, and I wouldn't be surprised if somebody like that, if him or PewDiePie was funding it, just because they've apparently paid out close to $200,000 in high score table own. So like I don't know. Jim said that they're big, they're bigger fish. They're not going to have the same problems as Kiwi Farms. I don't think so. I think they will because like if one guy can do that much damage, just imagine what anybody with actual clout, like the guy that stalks me is just a fucking lunatic. He has nothing. He doesn't have a job. He doesn't do anything. But you know, you get people like Jared Holt after you. Imagine what he can fuck. I'm not saying that Jared Holt's some kind of internet god, but you know, if somebody's dedicated enough and has enough funding behind them, Keemstar was one of the first and the only big streamer on Stream.me after he jumped from Justin, so no surprise if he's invested in it. Yes, I don't. How much worse is the DevTools console on Brave compared to IE? I remember the DevTools on Brave being a little bit shitty. As a web developer, it was a little bit shitty. That's the other complaint that I had for it. Firefox has very good DevTools. Chrome has the best, I think. IE actually doesn't have bad. IE's DevTools are better than Brave. Am I out of ideas? No, I'm just talking to people. Just talking to people. Oh, I fucking hate Pale Moon. Don't ask me about Pale Moon, motherfucker. Yeah. If you don't know, back in the Infinity Next days, I was trying to do JavaScript in a certain way, and the only modern browser that didn't support event observers was Pale Moon. And for some reason, Frederick had shilled Pale Moon at some point. The guy who does Pale Moon is a fucking furry. And I got on his forum and I yelled at him, and everybody clipped that shit. And like, look, Josh is a spurg. He got mad at Pale Moon. He got mad at the guys that developed Pale Moon. But Pale Moon was shit. It's still shit. I don't know it might be less shit now, but fuck it. I'm gonna say it's shit. We need some background music. I got some background music. Perfect. This is the best. You don't need anything else. Somebody says that you need some other kind of background music. They're fucking liars. Calming ear rape. This is Kevin MacLeod wallpaper. It's not Minecraft YouTuber music. It's just wallpaper. You should back the Kiwi Farm site and put it on a floppy disk, right? Please, host. Maybe. I've always joked I'm going to write everything on the Kiwi Farms onto a platinum disk and shoot it into space. I've already... how do you think Jim's handling the skeptics? Is he too invested? Yes, I think he is. I don't know, like... It's just not funny. It's not interesting. I don't care. I don't care about V. I don't care about Sargon. I don't care about any of... it was funnier when he would pull up like that random clip of Bunty King talking about how he wanted shit in his mustache. That's funny. But then after like Sargon threw down the gauntlets and he comes in and he's like, I'm gonna crucify you, I'm gonna nail you to a fucking cross. It's just like, who cares? The thing about Jim and the thing about Sargon is there will never be a killing blow. There will never be something that makes Sargon like takes him down. Like even this shit, the thing I showed you with the Sargon Sir dragon fucking that Toho character. That's clearly a lolicon. Like people are, even if that's real, people are gonna in his community are gonna say it's not real. They're not gonna stop supporting him. There's nothing that Sargon can say about Jim, no matter how accurate or inaccurate, that is going to make Jim look bad to his fans. So they're at a stalemate. They're at a perpetual shit flinging contest, and I don't see any tidy resolution to it. It's just what's gonna happen. My speculation is there's not gonna be a kamikaze. My buddy who's friendly with Sargon said that what's going to happen is everybody's going to get deleted. They're all going to have their shit taken down eventually when people get fed up with the fighting. But the flip side to that is that nothing's going to happen, and then after a couple months of this, Jim's going to get bored of it, and he's going to be burnt out from it, and he's just going to retire for a couple more months again, like he did with Internet Aristocrat. Like I just don't see the kind of climax people would hope for. I just see it as shit flinging. And I'm not invested enough in hating Sargon and V to care. Sargon has been mentally broken ever since January, I guess. What do I think will get taken down first? Kiwi Farms or Encyclopedia Germanica? Kiwi Farms has far more issues than Encyclopedia Germanica. Far more issues. Like, is Locale Wiki dead these days or what? It's kind of dead. What I want to do, and this is what I was talking about with not being able to spend time working on the site, is I just want to take the first post in every thread and make it a wiki, you know, and have people update it as they want, and make the OP a community project instead of one person's like little garden. And when that happens, when I have that ready, I want people to move content from the Locale Wiki over to threads. My hypocrisy level is too much, I guess. Girl Vinyl wants ED back. Good luck with that. Oh, my music stopped. Come back, Kevin. I need you. If you want to do penetrative tests in the Kiwi Farms, you don't have to ask permission. Find anything, let me know. Jim will have a finishing blow. Just keep an eye out for it when it drops. If it gets said and if it's big enough, people will post it to the Kiwi Farm. I'm gonna do shit. Heard about furries in the EVE Online community. I didn't realize that EVE Online was still up. Is it like Goonfleet? Yeah, this is Fact Zone. Start a cult? Okay. Well, you're all invited to join my cult. You have to be free speech fanatics. I want you to take the oath by thinking of the worst thing you can possibly say and then shout it at your closest family member. Just fucking walk up to them and start talking about dog dick or something. You have to take this is like cutting your wrists and bleeding blood out onto the parchment to sign it. You gotta fucking scream obscenities at grandma. And if you miss the stream, don't worry, it'll be VOD. You'll be able to watch it. You don't have to be programmers, you just have to scream at grandma. We did that last week at Thanksgiving. Grandma yells at me about the Jewish cabal. Wait, is she German? Well, your name is Abrechen for Tig. I guess Grandma is fucking German. That reminds me of that video of the old lady who's like 90, who's senile, who accidentally does like the Hitler salute in public, and everybody freaks out because Grandma might go to jail. Hello, Liz Reptile. How do I become a hacker? You have to know the underlying technology. Hacking is just exploiting things you already know about that occur in underlying technology. Okay, what time is it? I got 6 more minutes. I'm gonna cut this off at 2. Just anything over 2 hours. It's weird that we've maintained about 1,000 people through the game. That's pretty cool. Campaign Look Busy by Kevin MacLeod. It's probably not better than Wallpaper. Come on. Wallpaper is the best shit. Some of this chat is extremely autistic by even Kiwi Farm standards. It's not all Kiwi Farms members. Lots of them are from IBS and stuff. What makes Shadman worse than any lolly artist? He draws actual children being raped by people they know. Like, he drew Daphne Keane being raped, shit on, pissed on by Hugh Jackman. She drew Keemstar's daughter being sucking Trump's dick. She drew 13-year-old YouTuber Lieutenant Corbus being ejaculated on by phallic microphones. Shadman's a real pedophile. Shadman's a real piece of shit. Shadman gets a break on everything for no apparent reason. People treat him like he's some kind of celebrity when he's actually a child fucker. And if I'm wrong on that, you can sue me, Shadman. I think that you are actually a danger to children. I've seen Lieutenant Corbus and his Discord channel. Lieutenant Corbus is under 18. His Discord channel is over 18. And he's drawn pictures of her getting cummed on by microphones. So I think he's grooming her. And I will say that. I say that as a matter of fact, not as a hyperbole. And if you think I'm wrong, go fuck yourself, Shad. Oh, sure, they're drawings. I wouldn't say that. Well, I would say the drawings of actual kids should be illegal. That's where I draw the line with Lolicon. I'm not going to ban drawings, but I think that sexualizing children, real fucking kids that are still under the age of 18, absolutely that should be illegal. I thought it was. I don't know how the fuck he's not in jail. I don't know why the fuck Daphne Keane's lawyer, when he threatened to sue him, just didn't fucking do it and get him in fucking jail. Because the dude's a fucking menace. Yeah, it should definitely, like, in the whole thing. I'll throw this up because this is not safe for work, but here. I want you to think for a second what's the artistic intent of this picture? What is the artistic intent of this picture? Is it being an edgy boy? Is it being edgy? No, it's a warning shot. It's a warning shot to Keemstar. It's a warning shot to Drama Alert. Don't make a drama alert on me. Don't make a drama alert on me. Because if you make a drama alert on me, I'm going to draw your own fucking kid getting fucked by you. So don't do it, Keemstar. Don't you fucking make that drama alert on me. Because I can draw you fucking your own kid. Like, that's the blatant fucking intention of that. The blatant fucking intention. It's a warning shot. A shot across the deck. Like, if you fuck with me, I will draw your kid sucking dick. Yeah, no. Shadman's I am a free speech fucking lunatic. I am a complete insane person willing to throw anything and anybody under the bus for the sake of saying whatever the fuck you want. But that's the line. You can't draw real fucking kids. You just can't. Can't fucking do it. Because, you know, Daphne Keene might search her own name, might search her name in combination with Logan, and might find pictures of her being raped by Hugh Jackman, a man that she actually knows and worked with in real life. And that would fuck anybody up. That would fuck anybody up. And I'm not usually a protect the kids kind of guy, but like just go fuck yourself. There's no excuse for it. There's no artistic merit to that kind of shit. Pedo cartoon porn is not free speech. My issue is, okay, even if you were to drag me to the bridge and we're saying, okay, we both agree that lolicon is child pornography. Let's just yield that fucking argument. I don't, number one, I don't yield that argument because I don't think that any crime should be a crime unless there's a victim. But in specific terms of just yielding that and saying, okay, lolicon is child pornography, the issue then goes, how do you litigate it? How do you legislate lolicon bans? Do you just say that any character that looks young is under 18? Do they have to canonically be under 18 for it to be considered lolicon? Like, if they have no tits, but they're in a character that's 30, does that count? If they're a 5,000-year-old ice fairy, does that count? Like, I just don't trust Congress to make a bill regarding lolicon that actually nips the problem in the bud. They would end up censoring. They would fuck it all up. Don't fuck with our speech laws. We've got them good as they are. You don't want more Congress fucking with speech. Porn is not speech. That's a completely different argument. 5,000-year-old ice fairy is the best Tuhu. Motherfucker, you Cernofags ruined Bant. I will forever hate the Cernofags for their invasion of Bant, which was objectively the best board on 4chan for a brief window. A brief window before the Cernofags destroyed Bant. Censorship is always the worst opinion. That's right. Okay. We have been at this for 2 hours. I think that's it. If you want to get into contact with me, my email address is null@kiwifarms.net. Anybody's free to email me for any reason. If you want to donate, there's at the link at the bottom of the site called Supporting the Forum. That'll clue you in on that. We're all fucked. The internet's going to turn to shit in a little bit. But if we survive 2019, if the Kiwi Farm stays up 2019, I think we'll be just fine. And with that, let me go ahead and play the outro song. Take it easy, guys.